Hello, welcome back to another episode of Blender. Today we're going to be making a vehicle. I'm just going to go ahead and delete these to start. And we're going to be doing some sizing today. So we're going to change this to local. I should say these are the settings I tend to use for Blender, because it's easier for us to import them to Unreal after. So if you're doing the same and you'd like to follow along, feel free. So there's 3 different steps here. Here, and we changed global to local here. Good, let's get started. So let's drag this up a little bit. Gonna just stretch it out like so, and then we're just gonna flatten it out like so. We're gonna grab the top 2 edges if we can. Let's go into edit mode with tab. Let's go to edges. Let's grab that one and that one. And we're just making the peak of the roof basically, so it does lean in on the sides like so. Maybe a bit more, but let's just do that for now. And we're gonna grab that one singly and bring it back, and then we're gonna grab the back one and bring it forward. And it still looks pretty odd because it's so tall, so let's go to face, grab that, and just drag it down so it's more like a car roof. We're gonna do some more angling on that, but that's just basically a basic start for it. So maybe just bring it up a little bit, and we'll go back into edit mode. We'll grab the bottom face. We're going to hit E. And what you're trying to do is get the length of a car window with a car door attached. If it looks good to you and you think you've got it, let's move forward, grab the front edge, drag it out to about here. Grab this back edge and drag it out with E to about there. So we have a trunk and we have a hood now. We're going to flip out edit mode. We're going to hit Shift A, and then we're going to go to mesh, and we're going to hit a, nope, I got the wrong one. Shift A, mesh, and then we're going to do a cylinder. And if I seem like I'm in a rush, I already made this video, but I made a crucial mistake, so I needed to go back. So let's just hit 90 here. Should flip it on its side, and it did. Let's move it about halfway into the vehicle. And we're going to shrink it sideways to about the size of a tire. So have an image in your head of a tire, and we're going to get it to about that size. We're actually going to go a hair over the image of a tire, of a tire that you have. And all I'm doing to drag it bigger or smaller is hitting S. So if I want it bigger or smaller, I'll just hit S, and I can drag it bigger or smaller, for example, okay? And if you need to adjust it after, just pause the video to give yourself enough time. Still looks a bit big, but again, we are going to cut the slots for the tires a little larger. Still looks a little bit big though. So probably something like that, and we want to try to have the tire about the medium point, and I'm just using that edge here to kind of guide me to keep me in the middle. And hit Shift D again, and I'm going to put it on the other side, so I'm going to use this, and if you're set up like me, it should be the same. And if yours is not moving that way, just drag it and watch over on the side. You see the numbers moving? You'll be able to tell which one you need to shift to the other side. So it may be a plus for you. It may be here instead of here. It's all going to be different depending how you started facing. I always keep it facing the way it started. So let's grab the first face, the second face, left click to grab the second one. We're going to hit Shift D. We're going to drag it down like that. We're just going to kind of set them in place for now, and we're going to have to come back in 1 minute because we need to go back to the car. Let's click on the car. Let's click on edges. Sorry, that's faces. Click off everything, then click these edges with me. And don't click any extras unless you know what you're doing, because I cannot guarantee the results. So we'll do a circle around for you can see all the edges I've grabbed. I've just grabbed the very, very outer edges, the entire roof, but just the outer edges. Okay, we're going to hit Control B. And you're going to see it's going to kind of change the shape of the vehicle a little bit. I'm going to roll my mouse wheel forward to give it a more of a smoother edge in spots. It's up to you how far in or far out you want to go. You know, a Simpson car, something like that, and then like something a little more detailed, something like this. So it's all up to you. I think I'm going to go somewhere in between. But before we go ahead and cut our tires out, we're going to take this, and we're going to take this, and we're going to go here to our scaler, and we're just going to boot them back towards the middle, and hopefully it pulled them about the same away from the front. As you can see, the back tires are going to cut just a hair into that line. So let's see. Let's go out of edit mode and grab those two back tires and see if we could just squeeze them back just a hair. And that should miss that line. And there's a reason for all this. There's a reason for my madness here. And again, it's just the holes for the tires, but I think it's going to look all right. But you do you if you need to. Just pause the video while you make some adjustments if you need a longer trunk area. Or if you don't care about the back end and you don't care the way it looks, go ahead and move those tires wherever you like. So, looks good to me. Let's go to our one tire here. Let's hit Shift D. Let's just drag it out before we do anything. Then we're going to grab this tire, left click this tire, left click this tire, left click this tire. And anytime you want to grab multiple something, you start with a left click and then you hit Shift and then left click the second. We're going to make sure we got all four, and then we're going to click the body of the vehicle last with Shift left click. And we're going to go to Object, we're going to go to Booltron, and we're going to hit Difference. There we go. So we got our tires cut out now. And before we go any farther, let's do one thing. Let's move to the inside of the vehicle. And the reason I move those tires back is for we could do this. We can grab this edge, and we can hit F. Just like that. So I shift to grab all the edges, left click, then shift left click. And it's going to create a back end, basically, like an area for your trunk and stuff like that. So now I'm going to left click on this, and then shift left click, then control left click right here. And look at that. We can close the whole back end off. So that way your back end isn't leaking into your front end. Basically, you can have them quite separated. So you're not going to see your engine. You're going to have a wall to set your parts up on. So left click, shift left click, shift left click. And we're going to do the same thing at the other end. And left click this, left click that, shift left click that, sorry. And control left click this. And there we go. Boom. So we got our front and back walls that are going to divide the car and kind of keep it separated. All right, so next step is next. We're going to grab the tire. We're going to go up here. We're going to change the view shading. And we're going to go here. And we're going to go to materials. And we're going to add a material. We're going to go ahead and change it to black. And you'll understand in a minute why I'm doing that. We're going to hit Assign. And then we're going to we'll go up to Faces. And I'm on Edit on this tire. If you're not seeing the same options, you need to hit Tab on it. I'm going to grab both faces, left click, shift left click, Control B. And we're just going to roll it like so. And when you think you have a good width for the side of your tire, we're going to go ahead and hit plus. And we're going to change this one to black too. And there's a reason for this. It's going to give you material on the side of your tire in case you want tread up here, but no tread over here type thing. You can play around with them, and maybe you want to take that edge and add it to this so it starts to curve before it changes from tread. It's all up to you. And grab these two. We're going to hit plus again, and we're going to give this another color just so we can see it a bit better. And then we're going to hit E. Then we're going to click right click to cancel that E. And then we're going to hit this. And just try. Oh, no. Okay, I messed up. Let's go undo. So that E never happened. And we're going to hit I. So we're just going to leave an edge of where the metal starts on the tire, basically. Now we're going to do our E. And now we're going to go in a bit. And if I'm forgetting stuff here and there, just keep in mind that making cars is it's very hard. You got to kind of really think ahead. So if you don't, this is kind of the result. And then I hit I, and then I went in. I stopped there. I'm going to hit E. And if you do one of these steps out of order, there's a good chance it's not going to work on your car design, is another reason I do it like so. Then I got hit Control B and just curve that little edge there so it just doesn't look so sharp and it looks more like a tire. That's my tire. If you guys want to maybe make the back edge flat, or you want to drill some holes through it for bolts or whatever you want to do, just pause the video if you can do that. Shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, so we're going to move our tire into place. And it's kind of up to you how far it goes in, but I'll show you something. Between the car and the tire, they just don't match up really well, so we're going to have to shrink the tire and give it a little gap around basically the whole tire like that. Since we kept our metal in the right spot, it should be right on cue. It looks like it's exactly in the middle, but I could be a little bit off. That looks good to me for a gap around the tire, but you do you if you need more. Shift D, and we're going to put one on the other side exactly in place. Let's grab both. So left click, or shift left click to grab a second, and then we're going to shift D, and that's duplicate obviously. And we're just going to drop it back here so we can see it, and try our very best to put this exactly in the middle between the two. I can see it's a little, that's about right there. So now we have 4 tires exactly centered and exactly symmetrical side to side. So that's a pretty good start. We'll go back to the car. We're going to hit edit, and we're going to give it a color just to make it not white because it's hurting my eyes. My eyes are so sensitive lately, and just like sheer whites like that really hurt them. There, let's just a little better, and sorry, just for me, and we will have to color it anyways eventually. So let's start with the doors. Let's hit left click, shift left click, shift D. We're going to copy that panel, and then we are going to walk it out, not moving it at all, so it exactly lines up. We're going to click those 2 again. We're going to hit delete. We're going to click faces. Nope, let's not do that. Let's move back. I don't like the shape of that door, so let's do this. Let's go back to before we duplicated it. Let's try moving it. Yeah, okay, it's still attached. So all right, you may want to change these a bit, and it's all up to you. I sometimes will do something. Oops, I did that wrong. Let's undo that. I'll do something like this, Control R, and then I'll just drag it to where I want my door to break. So say I want it to be more of a squarish door, maybe I'd stop there, maybe I'd go a little farther back, something like this. And again, sorry, there's a lot of steps to making cars, so sometimes I even get confused. So I think that's going to be my door panel. That's better to me. You go ahead and pause the video if you need to change it a little bit or change the shapes of it a little bit. So we're going to do the same thing. So I just grabbed both faces. I shift D to copy it, dragged it out, and then I click the original faces. I'm going to hit delete faces. I'll go through it on this side in case you didn't catch it last time. Let's shift D. Let's drag it out a bit. Grab this face, shift left click, and then shift left click to grab the second one. I'm sorry. And we will do faces. We'll get rid of the faces. Now we have a pretty clean car. We could probably drag that. Oh, no, it's fine. It's just we're just seeing it from far away. We're good. So we do have a pretty good looking car so far to start. So let's work on the windows a little bit. Let's do this. Let's go E. And we'll stop at about the thickness we think a door should be. Let's grab the other side, and we're going to do the same thing and hit E. Make sure they're about the same. That one looks... no, they're about the same. Close enough. I imagine there's a way to do them together, but I cannot think of it right now. And there's too much to think about on this design to think about it, so let's just go ahead. We're going to grab all 4 of those. Left click, shift left click to grab a second, third, and fourth. Hit I when you're done. We're going to stop here, and we're going to hit plus on the colors, and we're going to add a new color. And we're going to do gray. Like that, and then we're going to hit I. And we're just going to do a little tiny inset like that. Okay. Now we're going to grab each panel and adjust it one at a time. So click off everything, click on this panel, hit E, and just walk it in just a little bit. E. Okay, I'm just looking at it, sorry. Shift, and we're going to grab the other side at the same time. We're going to add a new color, and I'm just going to give it a window color. Again, it doesn't really matter. You're just giving it a slot for a material, but we'll make that a glass when we put it in our game. And then we have a window. Let's grab these. Oh, no, I got to do the little thing here, sorry. Let's go E a little bit. And you can see the edge real close since I'm real close, and the same on the other side. And we'll grab both sides and we'll do blue. There we go. So we got our windows now. And if you want your windows to open and shut in game, you need to separate them. So while you're in edit mode, click off everything, hit L over this, push P, selection. Again on their side, click off everything, L, P, selection. So now when we go out of edit mode, our doors are separated. We just need to left click, right click. There you go. And then set to geometry. Same thing on the other side. Left click, right click, set to geometry. That's good. And we'll move onto the windshield. Let's grab the car, go into edit mode. You choose the size of your windshield. Maybe you want a really small one. Maybe you want a really big one. It's all up to you. I'm going to left click there. Control left click before I grab this whole face across here. I'm going to make it gray. And then I'm going to hit I. And I'm just going to shrink it in a little bit. I'm going to stop. I'm going to do blue. And there we go. There we have our front window. You can inset it if you want, but most windows are pretty perfect with the vehicle. So that's the way I'm going to do it. And again, if you need to pause while you make your own adjustments, you go ahead. Let's make that gray. Let's hit I. Oops. And just a little bit like that. And we're going to make it blue. So there you have it. We have our doors. We have our tires. We have everything cut out. The only thing I would change right now while we're here, let's just do this one last step and we'll make a part 2 tomorrow. We're going to grab this. Oh. Okay, first of all, let's grab this and this. Just hit E and bring it up just a hair like that. And the reason is that if we color this now, it's not going to affect the bottom half of the vehicle. So there. Let's make sure we only got that there. And we'll add another color, and we're just going to make it black just to be different than the rest of the vehicle. We can make it any color you want. You're just making a slot again, but I think you get my point. So there we go. The inside of the vehicle is looking pretty sharp, I'd say. We got our doors. We got just about everything we need, but we do have a lot more details to add. But I'm going to make a part 2. The reason I'm making these videos is I'm working with my son right now, and we're teaching him how to design, so I don't want to overwhelm him. So we're going to end this video today, and we'll be back probably tomorrow for me to do the other part of this video. Maybe later today. I don't know. We'll see how far he gets. Whatever you're working on, just remember you can do it. Take your time. Don't let others put you down. Everybody in the world is going to tell you you're going to fail. But in reality, it's up to you if you fail. It's all about hard work. If you're going to work hard enough, you're probably going to succeed at this. So keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.